So anyway, we've now obviously seen Christie sides talking a little bit more about Caitlin Clark, and mostly it seems that she's had a change of heart, told Caitlin Clark to just be you in a huddle before they went and played their first game tonight. And something I'm happy to see. And obviously you never want someone to lose their job, because I thought that Christie sides was getting close to losing her own job. But at the same time, like, you'd never want to see someone lose their job. And if she's able to adapt in some way, that's the ideal scenario, because obviously I've made another video about this, like the Lisa Bluter situation, that she's now retired. But in this video, I'm going to be talking about how realistically I think Caitlin Clark is going to fit in long term in the WNBA. How a coach has to be adaptable in order to coach Caitlin Clark. Because if we look, even in the NBA, if we look at Steph Curry, Steve Kerr had to say it, like, sometimes he just have to be like, these are bad shots, but it's Steph Curry, let him take them. Heck, even if in 2019, Dame Lillard did hit a bad shot there against PG, is that sometimes the talent level of players is so high that as a coach, everything you've learned about the sport of basketball, everything that's gotten you up to this point, you sometimes have to throw out the window. Like, there are an awful lot of NBA players that are like that will change the game and change the way people look at the game, change the way people look at efficiency, and just, they're like the catalyst for change. And that's the type of player Caitlin Clark is. Like, we haven't seen somebody pull from 30 like this in the women's game ever. We haven't. Like, that is why people are watching. We've seen unbelievable players. Like, again, Breanna Stewart probably had one of the best college careers of all time. Obviously, Brittany Griner was a unicorn 10 years ago when she was playing in college. Like, as good as Taurasi was, heck, Kobe called her the White Mamba. Like, these players have always been brilliant. But Caitlin Clark may not be as good as these, by the way. She just does one thing. She just plays the game in a different way. So when it comes to Christie sides, she's trying to get Caitlin Clark, like I was saying yesterday, that she's trying to almost ruin Caitlin Clark. And that's where the problem is like, as a coach, you very much need to be adaptable. And when it comes to a system, you have to find the balance between what you know, what you want your team to play, and then you have this transcendent star. You have this transcendent superstar coming in, and how we fit that player in. It's not a case of we want to build we basically want to build put you into our system. No, you build a system around. But then you also have to figure out what you have. You have to figure out the players that you have, and not like ruining what they're good at as well. Like, the problem is that obviously, as far as fit is concerned, Alia Boston and Caitlin Clark, I don't know if they'll ever fit together. I don't know if Alia Boston's the type of center that would suit playing in a Caitlin Clark system, nor do I think Caitlin Clark is the type of point guard that would suit Alia Boston. Because Caitlin Clark's not a point guard. Ironically, the perfect teammate for Caitlin Clark is probably Angel Reese. Like, if there was some weird way that the Fever could have traded to gotten Angel Reese to play almost like as a forward in a Draymond role, like, that is the type of player you need beside like a Caitlin Clark. Because a lot of the problems with Caitlin Clark, and it's like, I get where the coach is coming from in a way, but you just have to like stop looking at basketball tunnel vision. A lot of time it's like playing off the ball. Sometimes she kind of stands there instead of like moving, and it's like, okay, that is like completely fine, but it's very different. Like, with the gravity that she gets as a coach, it's your job to put her in a position to move. It's your job to do certain things, because naturally, like, as someone who's played the sport, if you pass the ball and you are being denied, naturally you will drift out and just let the teams go 4-on-4. And obviously in the NBA, there's enough talent that if a team goes 4-on-4, you'll score almost every time. But like, it's your job as a coach. If you're saying, oh, she just kind of stands there too much, she should do certain this or that, it's like, okay, yeah, give her some instructions to do it. Because obviously she didn't in Iowa because she had the ball in her hands an awful lot. Like, when she's in the half court, when she's in transition, she's an unbelievable point guard. In the half court, ideally you'd have another person to kind of set things up and get her playing a little bit off the ball. So, like, it's on you as a coach. It's on you as a coach to figure out how to get Caitlin Clark in the best situations possible for her game. Because Caitlin Clark will will win games for you. She'll put butts in seats. As much as anything, she'll put butts in seats. And as a coach, your job is to find a way of getting team success while also not blowing the best thing the WNBA have ever had. And that is where I do think that Sides is not the right coach. I don't know if Sides is a good or a bad coach, honestly. She coached 1 year in WNBA, not a great team. They won 13 games. You can't necessarily tell off that. But there's a difference between a good coach for certain systems and a good coach in general. Like I said it in another video, like Steve Kerr is probably not the greatest coach in general, but he was the perfect coach for what the Warriors wanted to do. Because what he was able to do was give them the freedom to play. And that's the thing. It's like, you've got to put in a system that gives Caitlin Clark the freedom to play. I know they didn't have that much of a preseason, but it's very clear that what the coach wants Caitlin Clark, what she wants Caitlin Clark to do is she wants Caitlin Clark to stop in a way at least being Caitlin Clark. I'm glad that she said just be you, because I'm guessing a lot of the reason she said that is because of the social media backlash towards her. And some of it's crazy, people calling for a job. At the end of the day, her job is to win games of basketball. I mean, like, it has become almost her job to promote Caitlin Clark because that's what the league is, but that's not in her job title. It's not. But the problem is that if she's not able to do that, I doubt you were seeing any major success out of the Fever. But yeah, that is it, lads. That is the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.